everybody. It is Friday, September 20th. My name is Karen, and this is BobbleHeadKnits. Okay, this is my knitting vlog. I'm a little bit kind of winded, a little all over the place today. Just bear with me, okay? It's been a morning. First of all, I've recorded this a few times already. I've burst into laughter. I've gone off onto some wild tangents. I've recorded without hitting record. I've done all kinds of things. So this is my last attempt. So any mistakes that happen, you're going to get to see because I'm not stopping. I'm not editing. Okay, there you go. All right, so this is my yarn and knitting channel, just so you know. I am in my office/yarn room right now, and I wanted to apologize because I had planned on shooting a video today giving you a tour of my yarn room because, as some of you know, I moved recently, and so I finally got a dedicated room that's just mine, and I was going to show you around it, including my new workspace because I also got a new job. But here's the bad thing. My cameraman ditched me. He got a better offer. So he went off and he's off doing the whatever it is he's doing. So we'll have to record the video or the tour of the yarn room another time. So instead you just got me babbling about my knitting. So, all right, let's get into it. Let's see, places you can find me. I am BobbleHeadKnits on Instagram and Ravelry. I am BobbleHeadReads on Goodreads. All right, finished objects. I have one finished object. I do not have it with me to show you. I did something stupid this morning. I got it out, the finished object. I was going to show it on the vlog this morning, and then I was going to wrap it up and gift it to my sister, whose birthday is next week. Instead, while wrapping birthday gifts for my daughter, whose birthday is today, I wrapped those socks that I was going to show you. That's what they are, socks. And put my sister's name on it. And then immediately was like, why did I do that? I was going to show them on the vlog. I don't want to unwrap, so you're not going to get to see them in real life or, you know, like me holding them up right now. Instead, somewhere in here, I'm going to insert a picture of the socks. In case you wanted to know, they are, hang on, a nice rib sock. I'm looking down here at my iPad. A nice ribbed sock by Glenna C. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. I knit them with 2.25 millimeter needles on a 16-inch cord. I don't know about you people who are knitting on 9-inch cords. I can't do that. Okay, I take that back. I don't know if I can do that. I haven't tried it because that just seems so short, but 16 inches is what I used. All right, yarn, as far as yarn that I used my Yarny Corners sock yarn. The colorway is Green Lantern, and the contrasting color, which if you've seen the picture that I put up, which I hope I was able to put up, the green color is Soccer Mom Knits, and I don't know what shade of green, it's just green. Hang on one second. Sorry, had itch on my eye. Okay, I'm not editing this because I just am not doing it. So whatever you get, you get. Again, I said that last week too. All right, so those socks were my June socks. I cast them on in June while I was on vacation. I really didn't start knitting them until the first week of June while I was on a bus going from Barcelona to Paris. And yeah, and then I've been knitting them this whole time. Yeah, it's now September 20th. So those socks took me a long time, but I did it. I finished them. So I have a list of things. I printed it out because last week I tried to show it to you and I couldn't write on it, so I'm gonna write on it. So number 1 on there, I don't know if you can see it right there. Yep. June socks. So I'm gonna check those off. Those are done. Last week, you also saw my Atticus hat. It's not really an Atticus hat, it's an Oslo hat, but I call it an Atticus hat because I made it for my grandson Atticus. And I wasn't able to check it off because I was on my iPad. So since I printed this out, I can check it off. So there we go. So this was a list of 13 things that I put together. Oh, it's probably been about a month now, maybe a little longer, of all my whips or things I planned on casting on, and how I was just going to be efficient and get things done and knock out things on this list. I've done 2 of the 13. Not that efficient. But next up, because I did do these in the order, next up was the gnome for the mystery gnome along. I don't know what it's called. But that was supposed to be done by the end of September. It started like September 1st. I didn't cast it on, so that didn't get done. I might cast it on later, but no rush there. Right now, I am currently working, now we're getting into whips, on my husband's scarf. Let me show it to you. I did a little bit of it. This is the Painting Bricks scarf by Stephen West. There it is. Woohoo! Yeah, so I did do not a big chunk, but I got some progress. Okay, it's now like the size of a washcloth. Yeah. I need to get this done by October. Well, I said October 1st, but really his birthday is October 6th. So I've got a few weeks, 2 weeks maybe. So it'll get done. Yeah, I can do it, no problem. We'll see. I am knitting this in, hang on. I'm gonna look over here on my iPad. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Hang on one second. Where is it? I am knitting it in yarn that I got at Stephen and Penelope in Amsterdam. The colored yarn, not the brown. I guess brown is a color, but all the fall-y colors in here. Okay, the brown's still a fall color, but you know what I mean. These colors right here are from the Mail region, Veendam. I don't know, somewhere in the Netherlands. And the colorways are Annie Schindler, which is that yellow. It's so bright, that yellow. Can you see it? Yeah. And then orange is Orange Emperor. There is also an Orange Princess. I don't know which one that is. Yeah. And then a green, I'm not sure. Green Power is what it's called, that green. And come on, focus, there it is. And then the brown there is Jamieson and Smith, and it is it's their double knitting yarn, and the colorway is Cocoa, and it's beautiful. So there it is, it's coming along. And it's pretty easy knitting, but yeah, I just don't have as much time to knit anymore, so it's going a little slow. All right, the next thing I have pulled out to start knitting on, which I haven't actually knit on this in a few weeks, so hang on, I'm gonna get it. But this is getting some love starting today because, sorry, I made this commitment to knit these beautiful ghosts for my grandson and his 2 cousins who are technically not my grandkids, but they're like the in-laws' grandkids, but they're our surrogate grandkids, basically. So I am at least going to get the one done for my grandson, but I would like to get all 3 of them done. And these are the Grinning ghosts. And so far I've got 2 little arms in neon yellow. Yeah, this is kind of bright. Look at that. Woohoo! And then I've started on the body on the actual ghost. Don't have very much gone there. I am knitting these using Lion Brand's DIY Glow Cozy, and I'll show you. There they are. There it is. Oh, yeah, there it is. That is one neon green. It's glow in the dark yarn. The other 2, I'm gonna do one in pink, also glow in the dark, and the other one will be in white. So there they are. I don't mind knitting these. It's pretty easy knitting, but this yarn itself kind of hurts my hands when I'm knitting it. So I'm knitting them on US 5s. I'm using circular needles. There they are. So they're a good size needle, but what else? Oh, this is for a make along that Witch and Stitchin' Mama is hosting, and so if you want to join in, you can go watch her videos on them. I will link to it below, and it goes through the end of October, so you have plenty of time. You don't need to knit this particular pattern. You can knit, crochet, so whatever you want. It's basically a make along. And yeah, you should join in. So I'm going to get one of these done at least, but with any luck, I'll get all 3 done. So that is my second whip that I'm working on. I have found that right now, even though I have many whips, I have, technically I have 11 whips. Okay, I have 10 whips right now. I really only am having time and energy to knit on 2 at a time. So the 2 I'm working on this week are going to be the painting bricks scarf for my husband, and these ghosts, which are the Grinning Ghosts by Susan Claudino, and I will link to that pattern. Also, it is a paid pattern. You can get it on Ravelry. If you happen to join the knit along and you knit these ghosts, then you get an extra entry if you knit that particular pattern. And if you get apologies, I don't know the name of the maker of these, but there are some glow-in-the-dark eyes that you can buy, and I will link to it below. If I can, I will put the name down here so you know what it is, what I'm talking about, but you get an extra entry for that too, so if you use those eyes. I might use those eyes. I am kind of, well, for Atticus's, I'm not going to use those eyes because he is 1 year old. He's 18 months or 17 months. Yeah, 17 months. He really needs safety eyes, which I guess these technically are, but they don't have the official certification to be considered safety eyes, and I don't want to take any chances. The other 2 ghosts, though, I might use those eyes on because the cousins are a little older and they will not pop them off and put them in their mouth. We hope. So, all right. Yeah, those eyes I'm sure are totally fine with babies, but I'm just neurotic about, just want to be extra careful. So, all right. That's it. I have no acquisitions. I've been very good. I was so tempted. I was gonna buy some bags from a few different friends are making bags, and I was like, I want to make some bags, or buy some bags, but I have a whole container of bags, which I'll show you when we get around to doing the tour of the yarn room. So, all right, other things coming up, knitting wise. After I knock out these ghosts in the scarf, I am going to get on, I still have a few sweaters that I need to wrap up, including, okay, I have 2 sweaters I've barely started, one of which happens to be a sweater for my husband for Christmas. So I need to get on those. There's also a flax sweater for myself, and there's a flax sweater for Atticus. The flax sweater for Atticus, I actually only have the sleeves to do. So those I might knock out one day. And you never know, you might come next week and they'll be done, but we'll see. Yeah, so knitting wise, no new acquisitions or anything like that. So that's the end of the knitting content. If you are going to leave us now, I appreciate that you stopped by again. Give this video a thumbs up if you can. And yeah, I will be back next week, hopefully, with a tour of my yarn room. For the rest of you sticking around, we can talk about a little bit of life stuff here. Not a whole, well, I shouldn't say that. Made a little progress on the house. If you're new here, I moved. It's been, like, I moved this was like August 30th. And I also got a new job. So I've been working and moving and all that stuff all at the same time. And so I missed a few weeks of vlogging because I was really tired, but things are settling down. We got that house, the upstairs, we have some things to hang upstairs. I kind of want to reconfigure the living room, or not the living room, the little dining room that we have. And we also have some outdoor stuff to do. Just hanging some lights and things like that. And then the basement. The basement is mostly my daughter, but we do have a family room downstairs and a laundry room. The laundry room's mostly put together, but the family room is just a mess. So still have that to do, but that's stuff that we can do. Like, there's no rush to get it done. We're, living in the upstairs mostly, except for our daughter. So, yeah, these things, they take time and we're getting there. So, work-wise, I had my first regular work week this week and it went really well. Things are I'm not at 100% yet as far as work, because there are certain things that I haven't been released to do yet, but I am getting closer and closer every day. So yeah, some days, because I'm not doing everything yet, some days are slower than others. So yesterday I had to just basically spent most of the day reading documentation and knitting, honestly. But I kept, I was like keeping an eye on things, talking to my boss. My boss was the one saying, here, read this documentation because we don't have anything right now. So it was fine. It was totally cool. So yes, it's going well. I'm really enjoying, it's only been 2 weeks, but my new schedule, I have Friday and Saturday off. This is my second weekend off. And I'm enjoying it so far. I think it's the Friday and Saturday off will really work with my, with what I need to get done personally. And so, yeah, it's good. That was my chair popping. So, what else? Anything else? We are going to go out tonight to celebrate my daughter's birthday. My daughter and her boyfriend broke up. They don't seem that sad. Well, I don't know if he does. I don't know the story behind it. I don't know who broke up with who or whatever. My daughter seems totally okay with it. So I'm kind of like, did you break up with him? Did you dump him? I just don't want to get into it. So haven't asked her. But she seems totally fine. She seems totally happy. So we are going out, the whole family, her brother and my daughter-in-law, my sister-in-law, my mother-in-law. We're all going out. My daughter really loves this place up in the mountains for pizza, so we're gonna go there. And I live in Denver, and the place that she likes is maybe like a 45-minute drive up into the mountains, so we're just gonna go have pizza because that's what she wanted. So we got her, because she has, most of the basement is hers to do what she wants with. We were kind of joking around that she should get a mini fridge and a microwave and all that. So we actually bought her a mini fridge. It's a pretty good size. I mean, it comes up to like my hip level. So yeah, and we are gonna fill it with drinks for her, and then she can, you know, do whatever she wants. We're also gonna give her our Apple TV box, because we don't need it anymore. So she doesn't know that, but we're gonna give that to her. We were gonna buy her a brand new one for Christmas, but then we found out that we didn't need it, which brings me to a topic that I'm sure all of you want to know about. Because last week my husband was gonna attempt to fix our TV. And I was like, no, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. But I am happy to report that with the help of my son and daughter-in-law, we talked him into just going to buy a new TV. So we did. I just was like, oh my God. He figured out what was wrong with our TV. It died during the move, and like it was working right before we moved, and then we got it over to this house, and it didn't work anymore. And I was like, the movers, you know, broke it. Well, the movers didn't break it. There's apparently some lights in the TV that had burnt out, and yeah, you can replace them if you know what you're doing. He doesn't know what he's doing, but he bought the part to replace it. He also bought these like suction clips that you put on the TV screen to lift it off so that you can get into the electronic part and all that. And it was like, what are you doing, dude? Like, TVs are fairly affordable now. I think we can afford a TV. So yeah, he was so excited about fixing it, and then he watched the video on how to fix it, and he realized how complicated it was gonna get. And then after I recorded last week's vlog, my son and I and daughter-in-law, we kind of ganged up on him, and we guilted him into just going to buy a new TV. So we got a new TV last Saturday. I know a lot of you were wondering how that story was gonna turn out. The new TV is wonderful. We got like the latest technology and all, which we are not like huge TV watchers, obviously. But I was like, wow, that is one beautiful picture. So we got that taken care of last Saturday and spent the weekend getting the TV hooked up and all. And so it's up and it's beautiful. I suggested we maybe get a new sound bar for the TV because the sound was kind of not as good as it could be. And our current sound bar was like, I don't know, like 10 years old, but he didn't want to do that. So I have the feeling that eventually we'll be getting a new sound bar too, because I'm not convinced that our sound bar is at 100%. So, but that's down the road. Okay. Bed is still broken though. I'm not pushing that because I kind of am like, it lies flat and we can sleep in it. That's all we need of a bed. Do we really need it going up and down and, you know, like a hospital bed? No, not really. So I'm not pushing on, can we please fix the bed? I'm like, well, whatever. He does think he can fix that, and that I will let him tinker around with, because it's one of those things that, you know, it's not too complicated, right? He's just like replacing a hydraulic lift in the under part of the bed. So we'll see though. And it might take a while. Okay. All right, so that's the story of the TV. We got that figured out. As far as what we're watching, we did kind of start watching some shows just because we were like, ooh, the TV is so cool. Let's watch it. The best thing we watched all week was Finding Nemo, which I was like, if any TV or if any show is the show to watch to see like the color and the beauty of a film on a new TV, that's it. And I've seen this show so many times, this movie so many times. It was great, and it was extra beautiful because of the new TV. So yeah, we watched that. We also watched the first episode of the second season of Pachinko, which I think is Apple TV. Pretty sure it's Apple TV. And the only problem with that is that neither one of us could remember what happened the first season. So we maybe should have gone back and watched the first season, but we didn't. So, it's okay. The other show that we watched, last night we watched The Perfect Couple on Netflix, and I've been hearing a lot of good things about it, and we were just kind of like chilling out after dinner and flipping through the channels and saw that, and I was like, okay, let's watch that. So we watched that, and it was pretty good, actually. It was, the first episode at least was very good. So that is a Netflix series about a famous couple and their perfect children and their perfect house and their perfect everything, and how things aren't as perfect as they seem, basically. So that was one episode. We'll see. I'm sure we'll watch the rest of the episodes, but we watch TV very slow. So yeah, no binge watching over here, and we don't watch it every night. So what can I say? All right. Reading wise, I haven't read all week. I shouldn't say that. I did read a little bit of the guest list by Lucy Foley. Yeah, Lucy Foley. But I haven't read, the other book I'm reading is Remarkable, hang on, I'll look it up because I can't remember. Hold on. Oh, Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt. Haven't read any more of that. I need to get back into audiobooks because I think I'm going to be able to kind of listen to more audiobooks than read visually. So I need to maybe get some audiobooks going again. So we'll see when I have some time. So what else? Anything else? I got a little cold, so if I sound a little phlegmy, just so you know, it's from Atticus. Atticus is cutting his back molars, and he got a little cold. He's all snotty mess, and last weekend I was around him, so yeah, got a little bit of it. So, guess that's about it, really. I don't have anything else. We're almost at 30 minutes, so I'm going to wrap this up. I will be back next week. Promise. And I probably will have a tour of my studio once my cameraman shows back up. All right, everybody take care. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.